I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I jumped on him, but then that's where my inexperience kind of let him off the hook. Once I had him hurt, I couldn't finish him. So let him off the hook. He recovered and you know what I mean? He won the fight. So, but they're all learning experience, right? All
Yeah,
of those fights.
absolutely, man. That's great. So, tell me more about this tournament that you're in. Tell me more. Give me some information because there's not a whole lot out there. There's some, but
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I mean, I was working full time. I was just training, and one of my buddies hit me up, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's always in the gym. His name's Chris J, and I can't really pronounce his last name because he's got some crazy Italian name, so we just call him Chris J. But
Chris J of Army of Freshmen, correct?
yep, that's him, the lead
Uh,
singer of Army of Freshmen.
yeah, I met him out there in Ventura at Ugo's thing. So, all right.
So Chris J, he ate me up and he's like, hey dog, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna submit your name. This is WBC tournament, which I hadn't even heard of it. I had no clue, but he's like, I mean, you talk about he is a die-hard boxing fanatic. I mean, he's on all these podcasts and he's always reading all these blogs and stuff like that. So he found out about this tournament. So he told me a little bit about it. He's all, what do you think? I'm going to submit your name whether you like it or not. I'm like, dude, go for it. Be my guest. It can't hurt to get chosen. If I don't get chosen. So, I guess originally they were going to choose me, but I believe Sulaiman decided to make it an international tournament where rather than an invitational tournament, so they wanted to make it into a 8 country. So every fighter was representing a different country.
Yeah.
So I didn't make the cut at the time. So I believe it was like Brad Sulaiman was representing the United States. So then, but ended up winning the voting, the number one seed in the alternate tournament. So originally I was supposed to fight Irish guy from Ireland, named Paddy Gallagher. So I
Yes.
was supposed to fight
Gallagher.
him, and so yeah, he was the number 2 seed. I was the number 1 seed. Ended up winning the votes by the fans. So then, but then I get the phone call like I want to say about 2 days ago that this opportunity happened. So of course I jumped on it. I said yes. I mean, let's do it. So I immediately had to get some lefty work, but yeah, man. So now here I am. Now I'm representing Mexico for this tournament since my family is Mexican and I was partially raised a little bit, partially grew up in Mexico and here in the United States where I was born. But
And
yeah,
what
man,
part
so
of
now I get to
Mexico?
represent. It's called Tequesquitlan, Jalisco. It is right next to Altalan de la Guerrera, Jalisco.
Ah, perro. My mom's from
Uh,
Arandas, Jalisco. Paisano.
oh, oh no, yeah, dude, we're neighbors, bro.
Well, es todo.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So it's cool, man. I'm repping my parents' homeland.
That's good, man. That's cool. Also, I don't see any information about. Is there a television deal going on, or is it going to be live stream on a live streaming platform like YouTube,
So
Twitter, the
I
website? What's happening with that?
what I found out is what they were saying is Holyfield just landed the CBS Sports deal.
Wow,
Um,
that's a big
so
step.
yeah, but I don't know when that deal kicks in. They're trying to get it kicking in for this fight. But if for some reason it doesn't, I know that for sure the finale will more than likely be on CBS Sports. the finale of this tournament, and possibly the semifinals. But from what the looks of it, the first fight of the tournament, I don't think it's going to be on TV, but they were saying that it'll definitely be streamed on the CBS app. Okay. So if people download the regular CBS app, or if they go to CBS.com, it'll be live streamed online. It'll be live there. So that's what I know so far.
Right on, man. That's Holyfield's. He's making moves out there. Hey, so have you met Evander Holyfield?
No, I never have.
No,
that'd be cool, man.
Not yet though. Right? No. I mean, you're signed to real good promotions. Come on.
Yeah,
for this tournament.
I think the only guy that I ever met was from there is the guy Eric Bentley. He's a CEO, or he's like basically the right hand man of Holyfield's promotion. So he's the guy that runs it, everything. But I met him because he was the commissioner for I met him when I fought Saddam Ali in New York.
Oh, okay.
I met I think he was involved. He might have been one of the commissioners for the athletic commission. Really cool dude. You know what I mean? So, met him and stuff, but they're all nice people. But it'll be cool when I get to meet Evander Holyfield. I mean, it was pretty cool hearing him talk about me when he announced that that I had stepped up, and I was like, oh shoot, dude, that's the real deal talking about me. That's pretty cool, man.
Absolutely. What is? Mm-hmm. Do you know what's at stake here? Like is there like a first, second, and third place winner? You know what I mean? Obviously, first place is getting a belt, correct? Or I think interim belt, right?
Yeah, I think that the winner of this tournament will automatically be entered in the top 10 as a welterweight in the welterweight tournament for the WBC and possibly get a shot at the title. So, from the little that I know is that Evander Holyfield and Mauricio Sulaiman, Mauricio Sulaiman has been wanting to do something like this, where he knows that there's a lot of talent out there, especially in third world countries and other countries that they don't have the opportunity to be able to to display their skills. I mean, there's so much talent out there, but it's hard to to see what's out there and what's not. So he wanted to make this give this opportunity to fighters who don't have the big promoters, who didn't have the stellar amateur background, who had the tough breaks, and then the journeymen, who definitely need help to get that break, who don't have the big promoter. So it was a perfect tournament for myself included, to be able to get in here and definitely step up. And it's like it's a step towards everybody's goal. I believe everybody's goal is to win the WBC belt. You ask any fighter, everybody wants that green belt. So
everybody wants it.
I think I'm 3 moves away from it, bro. So.
Hey, no, congratulations again on getting this spot on the main event. So, how focused are you for this tournament?
Well, of course. I'd be a fool if I wasn't focused.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely I'm 100% focused. My days is just long because I do have a full-time job. I do have a family that I need to provide and give food. So, I just don't box. Trust me, I wish I could. Wish I can afford it. I wish I could make those big bucks where I don't have to work and my wife doesn't have to work. And we can stay at home. But unfortunately, that's not what what the cards were dealt. Were dealt for me. But I wake up in the mornings every day at 4 a.m, go for a run. So I run every morning at 4 a.m. I wake up, and sometimes it's cold, so So I run, and then I do my abs in the morning, things like that. Pack my lunch afterwards, you know what I mean? Change, and then go to work. And then I work for the, it's for the, I'm a mariner. I'm a mariner for the self-defense test ship here in Port Hueneme. So it's a big test ship where the military tests the missiles and the bombs. So I'm one of the deckhands there. Yeah, so I work in the deck department. So I'm over. So today I just, me and my department, we greased up both of the anchors and the chains and lubing everything up and exercising it. So that went my day. But yeah, man, my days are long because I wake up early, run, work, get out of work, go straight to the gym, train, and then I just got home right now at 8 o'clock. So usually by the time I get home, right now I just had a protein shake, and I'll probably just shower in a little while and then go to bed and then do it again tomorrow.
Do the same thing, same damn thing over, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you got to make it into a routine, you know what I mean? And
absolutely.
You got to I mean, I can sit here and, obviously I want better for my family. I want better for myself. So every day, but at the same time, every morning I wake up, you don't feel like waking up sometimes in the morning. It's like, you always tell yourself, it's too cold, I don't want to run. But then you gotta tell yourself, hey, why am I doing this, and what are the motivations for me to get up and continue to do? And usually I weigh the pros and the cons, and then the pros always outweigh the cons. So
and then you're so happy afterwards that you did that run, or you did that last rep, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, I have a very competitive mind, so even when I'm running, I'll start sprinting, I'll start doing every other pose, and I always mix my runs. And, I do the hills, I go to the sands, I go up to the mountains, I do 12 rounds of sprints, you know what I mean? So, but I'm always thinking, like, every time I'm running, I feel like I'm in the fight, So I'm visualizing the fight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, if I make it past this green light, before it turns red, and I'll give myself a distance. If I pass this through, I'm going to win this fight. And I start sprinting, I start running hard, you know what I mean? And I'll do it. And then there'll be sometimes like, okay, I see that person over there. I better catch him before he gets to that pole. I mean, and if I don't do it, then I'm not going to win the WBC titles. Things like that. I always tell myself that. And then next thing I know, I'm huffing and puffing and throwing up from the exhaustion, but
absolutely,
it feels good after once you're done. Yeah.
So you're fighting April 27th at the Yum Center in Louisville, Kentucky, against Olympic gold medalist Felix Diaz. What are your thoughts on this matchup in particular?
It's a good opportunity for myself. Obviously, I didn't have the stellar amateur background. I wasn't, obviously I didn't go to the Olympics. I didn't do big things in the amateurs. But, it's the amateurs, and this is the pros. And look at Orlando Salido, for example. I love using him as an example. He was, there are years he didn't have no amateur experience. He was used as the opponent, and then he turned his life career around.
That's War Salido, yeah.
And look what he become, and what he did in the sport. And every time I think about stuff like that, I always tell myself, man, I just got a Salido, and I just got to do it. You know what I mean? Just let your hands go for it. And this fight within itself, the entire tournament, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. There's no easy fights in this tournament because true boxing fans know that the fighters from top to bottom are all good. They're all good fighters. You know what I mean? They're all good, talented fighters. That's why Holyfield and Sulaiman wanted to make this tournament. They wanted to see who deserves this title shot. whoever wins this tournament